we've done some warm-ups, which that's relevant to any rehearsal room for any playwright. And the next step that I like to take as a director, again, for any play with any playwright, is to determine what we call the given circumstances. Is that a familiar phrase to anybody in this room? I see some nodding heads. I see some of this. Yeah, great. A way to think about it is the who, what, when, where, why of the play, of the scene that you're about to do. Let's look first at our where and when, otherwise known as the setting, right? The where and when from our, 8th grade English class? Actors, we've already read this scene, so we have a little bit of information. Where are we in this scene?
In the forest.
In the forest, and when are we, to the extent that we know?
Time of day.
Sure, time of day?
Night.
Great, great. And era could be a lot of different things, right? We've probably all seen Shakespeare that gets transported to outer space, say, or contemporary day. So we're going to play around with these given circumstances a little bit before we even get to the text of Shakespeare, before we even get to the words, and look at how different given circumstances make really different choices on the stage. So we've got a where of the forest, we've got a when of at night, is that right? Let's see if we can enter into Act 3, Scene 1. Everybody as your character. So these are amateur actors entering the forest for a rehearsal. And Laura Jo, will you give us just a little foresty music to enter with? Great, and actors back to places. Wonderful. Let's alter their given circumstances. Anybody have an idea that they would share for a different where? A different location? Yeah.
The city is a forest or a jungle,
So this time the rehearsal is happening in a city. How about a different when? Anybody have an idea for a different when?
How about the witching hour?
How about the witching hour? Yeah, absolutely. And how about let's add on a year this time. Anybody have a year that they want to see us in a city at the witching hour? Yes. 2400. Okay. Okay, imaginations. Laura Jo.
That means to me, I guess.
Yeah. The most popular composer in the year 2400.
Mutations and everything going on.
Let's try just another set of wheres and whens. Who has an idea for a where?
The moon.
The moon, thank you. And how about a when? Whenever. Whenever. All right.
I heard someone over here. Can you repeat that again? 1960.
1960 on the moon. Okay, awesome. So we're having our rehearsal, amateur actors, in 1960 on the moon. Here we go. The script and the storytelling. Let's look at the who. I wonder, actors, if any of you have an idea for an adjective that might describe your character.
Eager.
Eager. Eager. It's wonderful. I saw, Courtney, you have one? Oh, yes, Courtney.
Yes, thank you.
Mischievous.
Mischievous. Great. Any others? Yeah.
Assertive.
Assertive.
Incompetent.
Great. Brutish. Brutish. Okay.
Slow.
Slow. Great. Using that adjective as your guide, can we take one this time? Let's strip away the music, and let's have our where and when be a forest at night. So going back to Shakespeare's intended given circumstances, and will you enter with a strong sense of that adjective that you just used for your character as you enter the scene? What's that?
What if I don't know what it means?
What British means? Oh, brutish. Brutish.
I know it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, hopefully since you selected the adjective. All right.
My character.
All right. So it'll just be really quick. Just enter in on the stage, and then you can turn right around and go back to your chair or your spot. Let's do it as a group. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Great, and back to your chair. Beautiful, beautiful. We're getting the individuation now, right? And I mean, like a story even starts to come together. Relationships become clear. How about what is it that your character wants in this scene? Anybody have one of those?
To play anyone except the romantic female lead.
Great, great. Are you playing the romantic female lead?
I have a bad feeling that I'm wrong.
Okay, great, great. Who else? Anybody else have one? Yeah.
I wanna mess everything up real bad. I just wanna mess with everyone, mess
Great.
everything up.
Fantastic. You had one as well, Lisa?
I want to play all roles, including the female lead.
Great. Anybody else have one?
And direct the show.
Yeah, me.
I want this to just be perfect because we're performing it in front of the king.
Great. There was a what and also a why there. Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. Yeah, wonderful. Anybody else? It's fine. Yeah. That's great. Great. Those of you that had your, we'll call it an objective, that had the what you want, can we take it just to this line with your objective and then back to your spot? In 3, 2, 1.
Go. I could do that. Oh, you're right.
To the
I'm
line.
the best actor you've
To
ever
the
seen.
line.
Oh, yeah, the line. But hello, everyone, good you. I am.
And back to your spot.
I need you off the chair.
So sorry,
So we had the who, we had the what, the where, and the when, and you could really tease these out much more and get much more detail. We'll hang on to the why until we're putting the words on it. But let's take one more look at the where, because one of my favorite portions of the where, in talking about given circumstances, is where you're coming from. Not just where you are in the scene, but what has been the moment before, what brings you into this scene. in this particular instance, we get to use our imagination. Courtney, do you have an idea for where Puck has been?
Puck has recently been scolded by their, for lack of the fairy king about everything that they've already done to mess everything up, and they have been told to come in and make sure that Titania falls in love with someone ridiculous.
Okay.
So to cast a spell and make sure that Titania falls in love with someone ridiculous.
And so what's happening for you, Puck, right before you enter the
I
scene?
just really want. So my why was, or my what earlier was I want to mess everything up. I mean, yes, I do want to mess everything up, but like in the way that I was told to do it.
You want to mess it up.
Right.
Right. Great. And so what's the where that you were coming from into the scene?
Another part of the woods, like a little, probably. I mean, I was probably just like screwing around somewhere.
Great.
Yeah.
Are you late now?
Usually.
Okay. Anybody else have a thought about where their character is coming from? Yes, Emma.
I just came from the bathroom where I saw in the mirror that I have a little mustache coming in, and I'm really excited.
Fantastic. Love that. Very specific.
Yeah.
That gives us something really specific to enter the scene with. Yeah. Anybody else have one?
I think I probably just came from work as a tinker, so probably mending some pots
Yeah.
and trying to catch up with Bottom, who I want to be best friends with.
Oh, fantastic. Great. Do you have a thought about where Bottom is coming from?
Bottom has been poring over the script and knows that Bottom can direct this better, costume it better, dramaturg it better than anyone, and it could be a one-person show.
And so, what has been your path to physically get here? Where are you coming from?
The pub. Having a few to, get my bottomness up.
Yeah. Paula, do you have it, or do you want folks to give you an idea, a suggestion?
I think I was having a nice nap and forest, like bed of flowers,
Are you groggy?
perhaps.
Okay. Great. And how about for you, Lily?
I think I'm coming from work. I think maybe I see myself as like a construction man, just like building some roads. I don't want to be in charge, but I have to be. Somebody wants to be the leading man, so yeah, I'm tired.
Great. Let's put all that into action and enter the scene and go through just our first, say, 2 lines. So Bottom and Quince. Yeah. Let's see what happens with those specifics in place. And when you are ready.
Are we all nuts?
And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal.
Peter Quinn. Great, we'll hold it right there. Let's go back. And let's say if you were playing your intention at like a 6 right there, this time let's turn it all the way up to a 10. Like really go after the thing that